I recently made a tutorial about color filling and I had this, which isn't great at all. So I encouraged you to ask me if I could save this, and I'll show you how I actually did. So this is somehow what it was supposed to look like, but color filling with masking tape, spray paint and acrylic paint did end up wrong. One of the issues that I had was that some of my paint was kind of caking. I don't know if that's the correct expression. I don't really like how it came down into the engraving, so I'll actually use my fingernails, maybe even a little scraper tool, to just get the worst of it out of the engraving again. After getting the worst out of there, I used my Ryobi 1 Plus sander and gave it a nice sand. I angled my sander just a little bit when I took the edges. That way they were a little more rounded, and I really love that look. So after sanding, I once again, because I used beeswax for this, my wax actually went inside the grooves of the engraving. So once again, I'll use a pick tool or my fingernails and just kind of take it out of the engravings. I also tried with some rubbing alcohol. So, needless to say that this took a long time, and I'm lucky that I had a reference picture, because it was a little confusing to see what was engraved and what wasn't, since everything just fell right down the engraving. So to see if I got everything out, I'll try and stain this again. So I used dark beeswax before, and that's what I'll be using again, because the beeswax will darken the engravings. So let's see if I had everything out of it. After staining and wiping it off, I do see that I have most of the messed up paint that was stuck. I got most of it out. So I still want to go over where I see too much white. I now poked out some more of the white paint, and I actually think that I'm about ready to have it color filled again. But this whole experience to save it took around 20 minutes so far. Unless you're working on a valuable piece, it would probably be easier just to print a new one and color fill it the way you prefer instead. But I promised to see if I could save this and show you how, so that's what I'll do. Now that I have most of my paint, I think, up, I will try and use my black. I used chalk paint, but you could use any. So I'll take a foam brush and see if I can just push it in everywhere. and I could do it with white again, but I actually didn't really like the look of the white. I do prefer that color fillings are dark instead of light. So once you think that everything is covered, you take a piece of paper, kitchen towel, or a wet wipe. I use baby wipes. And let's see if this will wipe over. Most of the white that you are seeing right now might be foam from the baby wipes, but I still have a lot of white here. So I did manage to get most of the engraving dark again, but it still looks like a mess. So to salvage that, I'll be using a foam roller. Take a piece of paper, and then I'll use a lighter chalk paint. The reason I took the paper is because my roller doesn't fit into my can, so I'll just use the tip, get some paint on, and then I'll roll it into my foam roller like that. So let's try and carefully just wipe it over like this. So I did share this technique in my other tutorial. If you feel like you had too much paint stuck inside the engraving, you could take a permanent marker, a fine tipped permanent marker, and you could just kind of trace over the engraving. This might not work well because I already have my white color beneath this, so this actually didn't work as I planned. Let's see if I have another Sharpie. I'll just use a paint pen, if I can find it. There it was. And see if I can somehow get this stuck. Like that, and kind of wipe it off again, and then I can go in with my roller. Like that. So it is possible to save a piece like this. It does take a little bit of work, and I do show how to make this effect from the beginning instead of as a save or rescue mission. So if you want to see that, please tune in on my YouTube channel. I'll also add the link in the description. If you like to watch this and you would like to see more of my tutorials and videos, I'll still fix this up just a little bit more so I can show you the difference once I'm done with this video. But if you want to learn more, please subscribe to my channel. And also I have my own helping group called Laser Up with Memo Design on Facebook, so feel free to join, and I hope to see you soon. So this was the finished result. I did go in and color filled everything on top. I'm showing that in the other tutorial as well. And also, now that this is dry, I could show you what I meant with the fine filled marker. You can just go in and kind of draw up your engraved lines if you want them to be darker, like that. And now I would obviously have done that before I made everything else, but I hope you can see the point. So I'll not recommend that you fix up your designs like this, but I do love this technique, and if you want to master it, I highly encourage you to watch my other video. The link is, as said, in the description below.